In a world where plugins are coming out every day, you're still using a bunch of digital effects boxes. You have 1580s, you have RMX16s, Lexicon 480s, and a slew of other outboard digital effects. Why are you still using those today, and what do you think separates them from the plugins?
Partially because they're wrong. And when I say wrong, I mean that there's some clunkiness to them. There's some glitches and there's some weird stuff that they didn't quite have worked out, or there was limitations for the technology for the time and the era. And there's just kind of a sound that people have gotten used to over the years that just sounds more pleasing to the ear, I would say. And there are some things that DSP just hasn't quite, I don't know, in some ways it's almost too perfect. It's like, yeah, but I want it to sound a little off because the box sounds a little off. And it's also what you do to actually make some of those processors work in the mix, putting filters on, muting them, doing this, doing that. A lot of people forget that the cumulative noise that is sitting in the background of a mix actually creates an error in the mix. And I know that might sound awkward, but it's there. And when you don't have that, it's almost like it's too sterile. It's like, you want a little bit of noise in there because it's not perfect. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of that here and there. Mic pre's make noise, guitars make noise, everything makes noise. And you want to kind of blend that in a little bit. I think with some of the plugins that try to emulate that, it almost sounds too mechanical. And that's not saying that there aren't some great digital plugins, for reverbs and delays and everything. There are. But I also feel that some of them are kind of like, they take a little too far